Hi guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Today we're going to talk about the LGBT Olympic athletes. This year there were 53 out LGBT Olympic athletes, but despite there not really being any out transgender athletes, we did have an intersex athlete who ended up placing. This was also the first year that the transgender guidelines were added to the Olympic rules, and I think that was super awesome for transgender athletes to be able to participate. I just want to rant for a minute because this Christian group got all over Tom Daley, who is a British diver, and they basically told the media that being gay didn't help him, and it was so frustrating because it's like, obviously he didn't just choose to be gay in order to become a better diver. Like, that doesn't make sense. And he and Lance are so cute. Oh my god. So, I don't know. I was really mad that they just started saying mean tweets about him, and it's like, why is this necessary? Like, both of our athletes are Christian and pray to God, and like, that's why they won gold or whatever. And it's super frustrating because, like, you don't just become a Christian and like win everything you want in life. Like, that's not the way that this religion works. People basically saying that Tom Daley being gay didn't help him become a better diver. It's like, obviously our LGBT powers aren't kicking in. Dang it. And I'll hope that future me will post some of the mean tweets. But I was also so mad with that reporter who outed a whole bunch of athletes because of Grindr, and I just think that this is ridiculous. Like, I wish that we lived in a world that was like super accepting and we didn't have to worry about like all these things, but we do, and it's really underrated that we can't just be out in public and enjoy our lives, but that's the way it is. And like, for somebody to out us, it's not even something that's important for everyone in the world to know. Like, your sexual orientation should be between like you and people that you choose to share it with, because it's personal information. But on that note, even though Brazil is not known for being super LGBT friendly, I thought it was so cute to see all of the proposals and watching the athletes like sign off to their spouses and dedicating their medals to their spouses. I think that was so cute because, like, what is bigger than getting there? Like, you've made it all the way to the Olympics and maybe you've medaled in bronze, but to know that like your family is out there supporting you, and like, that's just gotta be awesome. The thing that did bug me about that though too is one of Italy's athletes was actually super proud and out, and when she goes back home, her family doesn't accept her. And it really brought to light that not every country has the same LGBT rights that we do. And it made me really upset because it's like, you've made this great achievement and like made it all the way to the Olympics, and to have your family just not support you on something that's so incredible and like not something that everyone can do every day. It's just ridiculous that people would allow something like a person's sexual orientation or their gender identity to like stop them from loving another person, and to allow them to like stop them from being in their lives, like being abused or just downright hated because of your sexual orientation, and like not being accepted into your family despite everything else that you've done that's just absolutely incredible in your life. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me how this one aspect of who we are as human beings can stop like other people from loving you, and how we have to have this network of people in order to like find some sense of community and to really understand each other. Like, I mean, yes, I can walk up to somebody who's cisgender and at this point totally pass and come off as a very gay man, but that's not who I am, and that's why I felt the need to make these videos, is because it's like, I do have this privilege of being able to come home to this community that other people just don't have. And I got super, super, super excited when Nick Mosier's commercial came on, because I was talking with a friend and we googled Olympic athletes that are trans and we didn't find anyone, and then it pulled up Nick Mosier for being the first transgender athlete, and I just love his commercial so much because it really shows that no matter what time you start to transition or any of that stuff, that it's just super exciting to see that, like, even if you don't believe that you can do it, then, like, you can't give up on that, because he didn't give up on that, and he didn't know if he was going to be strong enough to compete with them, and he didn't know if he was going to be, like, a whole bunch of things, but he just kept doing it, and it was like, didn't you ever want to give up? And it's like, of course, but I didn't. I just think it was so powerful, and I really wish that there was more coverage for those types of things too, where it's not just throwing transgender people into this sexual exploitation, or that we're just trying to trick people, and it's more of, well, the LGBT community is here, and we're people just like everyone else, and, like, we can achieve these things, and we have the same doubts and anxieties about life, but then we also have different doubts and anxieties because, like, of who we choose to love or who we choose to be. And I just, it's so hard for me to, like, wrap my head around how people can be so filled with hate and not accepting of, like, all these people. Take care of your fine selves, and I will see you guys next week.